Welcome to this short video on handling difficult customers in your organization. In this video, we will cover some of the most important aspects on how to handle difficult customers. This includes listening to customers and noting their concerns or issues, building a good foundation with your customers through empathy, lowering your voice in a heated conversation instead of lashing out at a customer, treating all of your customers with the same level of respect and being consistent, knowing when to give in a situation with a customer, staying calm in difficult situations, never to take what is said by a difficult or upset customer personally, remembering that we are all just humans, and we all have our own ways of dealing with problems and doing our jobs, to keep promises that we make to customers, especially difficult ones, summarizing what the problem may be for the customer, and coming up with a solution to help this customer. Take mental breaks when you are feeling stressed or frustrated. Let go of the fear of saying or doing the wrong thing. Ask for support when you need it, and thank customers for their contribution. Listen to the customer. Customer service is all about solving problems and getting clients what they want. The first step in solving a customer's issue is listening. It might seem like common sense, but many people are so focused on their own problems that they forget to actually hear what the customer is saying. If you're busy trying to solve your own problems, you may not be able to hear what the customer's issue is. You have to put your personal issues and opinion aside and try to understand where they're coming from. You don't have to agree with them. Just understand and try to solve the problem in the best possible manner. Build rapport through empathy. One of the golden rules in customer service is that it's not about you, it's about your client. It's important to keep this in the forefront of your mind whenever you're dealing with a customer. If you're focused on your own problems, you could lose focus and make mistakes that cost your customers time and money. You could also potentially miss subtle cues from your customers or miss that they are trying to tell you something. The best way to build rapport is to empathize with your customers. When you can forget about your own opinions and troubles and put yourself in their shoes, you will be able to communicate better, solve their problems faster, and keep your own emotions under control. Lower your voice. By lowering your voice and allowing a customer to speak up, you show them that you respect them and their opinion. Raising your voice towards a customer, on the other hand, is disrespectful and could result in the customer leaving your company and no longer making use of your products or services. It may not always be easy to remain calm and keep your voice low when dealing with a difficult customer. But remember that in these situations where you are the product or service provider, it is better to avoid heated arguments. Turning the other cheek will have far greater benefits for your organization than winning an argument will. Respond as if all of your customers are watching. Customers want consistency. They want to know that they will always be assisted and treated with the same level of respect. Treating easy customers in a certain way, while displaying a different attitude towards more difficult customers, can have a negative effect on both your personal and your organization's reputation. By responding to each customer as if all your other customers were watching, can help you to remain consistent in your attitude towards customers. The best way to do this is to turn your focus inward, on being the best salesman or customer service agent you possibly can be. Try to separate your personal feelings from your profession, and make sure that you are always helpful and friendly. Treat all your customers in such a way that if they see you in public, they have only positive feedback about the way you have treated and assisted them. Know when to give in. There are times when a customer will be very persistent and will not rest until they have convinced you of their standpoint, even when you are sure that you are right and they are wrong. Sometimes, the best way to deal with situations like these can be to just give in to the customer's requests or opinions. With time, the customer may realize that they were wrong, but at least you gave them the benefit of the doubt. This will certainly reflect positively on you and your organization. You will be remembered as someone who treated them with respect, regardless of their mistake. Stay calm. Difficult conversations can be very frustrating, but can actually be a wonderful opportunity for you and your organization to learn and grow. You might feel upset or frustrated during a difficult conversation, but these conversations can also bring a sense of excitement and curiosity. When you find yourself in a difficult conversation with a customer, try to remember that the other person is likely feeling exactly the same as you. You can remain calm and try to make the most of the conversation by keeping in mind that you both have the opportunity to learn something new. By remaining calm and optimistic, you will likely influence your customers' attitude and help them to do the same. Don't take it personally. Customers are often difficult when they are struggling with something and feeling frustrated or helpless. It is not necessarily because they don't like you or simply want to be rude. So even when it may seem that a customer has negative feelings towards you, it is, in all likelihood, nothing personal. It's not your job to teach other people how to live or act in their personal lives. Your job is to make sure that your customers are successful and satisfied. Try to remember that your interactions with customers are not about you, but about your organization. Remember that you're interacting with a human. People are complex and flawed. We forget. We get distracted. We get stuck doing something and forget to call back. Interacting with human beings can be frustrating. But even with all the technological advancements of the past century, we remain a critical and inescapable component of the world of work. Our circumstances influence how we think, feel, and behave. And you can, unfortunately, not control the circumstances that your customers find themselves in. Remembering this can be a great help in being more patient and understanding towards customers. If you promise a customer a callback, make sure you follow through. Don't promise a customer a call and then not follow through on your promise. Customers do not like being kept in the dark. If you follow through on your promise, a customer knows that they can count on you. But if you ignore their request or the promise you made, you may come off as being unreliable and could lose the customer's trust and even business. A single call can have a significant impact on how a client sees you and your organization. So remember to pick up the phone and make that quick call. If there is a valid reason that you are unable to call a customer back, make sure that you have a backup plan to get a hold of them. For example, via email or a face-to-face visit. Summarize the next steps. Always make sure to summarize the next steps for a customer to ensure that they are not left in the dark and that they know exactly how to plan to take action in order to help them. This will provide customers with a sense of confidence that you have heard them and will be attending to their request. Once you've summarized the next steps for the customer, be sure to follow through on them and keep the customer updated as you do so. Take a mental break. We can easily become stressed and worked up during a workday. When you're feeling overwhelmed or frustrated, you're much more likely to snap at customers. It is important to note when you are experiencing some of these negative emotions, as this means that you're in a high state of arousal and your interactions with customers can easily turn bad. If you're feeling stressed or frustrated, take a mental break. Get some fresh air and put some distance between you and your work. When you're ready to return to work, you'll have a fresh perspective, and you'll be able to find the words to calmly and effectively communicate with your customers. Let go of fear. Trying to keep your cool while dealing with a difficult customer can be stressful and may cause you to feel afraid of doing or saying the wrong thing. This kind of fear can be debilitating and can have a detrimental effect on your communication with customers. A helpful way to let go of your fear is through self-talk. You can, for example, say this to yourself: "I will remain calm and collected. I will help the customer as best I can." This can remind you that you are dealing with a human being, not just a problem. And while situations can be challenging, people are often kind and receptive. Use your support resources. If a customer repeatedly crosses the line, engages in inappropriate behavior, or there are financial or legal issues at play, you should not hesitate to seek support. It is important to remember that there are some difficult situations that you do not need to handle on your own. Whether it is an HR issue, your business relationship with a third party, or a legal issue, your first step should be to talk to your manager or HR representative. Thank them for bringing the issue to your attention. Always acknowledge the situation and your customers' concerns. It might be simple, but it can go a long way in building a better relationship with your customers. It shows them that, even when you cannot solve their problem immediately, you take their concerns seriously and value their feedback in order to grow and improve. For example, you could say, "It sounds like you have concerns about my delivery service. I want to make sure you know that I value those concerns and that I'm taking those concerns seriously." If you're dealing with a difficult customer, remember the tips shared in this video. This will help you to navigate the situation with calm and collectiveness. Remember, difficult customers are a part of every business. No matter how good your strategies are, there will always be people who are difficult to work with. It is important to remember that while they might be challenging, They are also just people. They are experiencing things in a certain way that may be different from your own experience. At the end of the day, if you can remember to stay calm and treat all customers with the utmost respect, you could be the person who changed a difficult customer into a satisfied one. Thank you for watching this short video on how to improve the way your organization handles difficult customers.